Welcome back. I'm going to show you quickly the law of sines and the law of cosines. Some of you may remember this from geometry. First off, here is the law of sines. It states the sine of any angle in a triangle over its matching side equals the sine of any other angle in the triangle over its matching side. Obviously, we have three angles in a triangle. You will use three pairs, I should say, an angle on a side, angle, side, angle, side. You will only use two fractions to do this. So let's start. I'd like to do number 3 with you in your packet. Now, even though the formula has A's, B's, and C's in it, a triangle obviously doesn't always have A's, B's, and C's. This one has P's, Q's, and R's. The pair that I have, meaning an angle and its matching or opposite side, is the Q pair. So I will write sine of 89 over 32. You all have TI, so that angle always goes in parentheses. I want to find side PQ. That is this side right here. It is the side that matches with capital R, so it is little r. So the angle goes on top with sine, and I'll put a little r on the bottom. And then you will simply cross multiply to solve. Sine 89 times r is the sine of 89 times r. Now you know what the sine of 30 is, but feel free to use your calculator. Again, make sure you are in degree mode. Sine of 30 times 32, 16. Solve for r by dividing by the sine of 89 on both sides. Law of sines works on any triangle, does not have to be a right triangle. So I took the 16 divided by the sine of 89, and I get 16 for that matching side over here. Okay, so that's how you solve for a side using law of sines. I'd like to go over number 7 down here, which shows you how to solve for an angle. First off, the pair that we have is the C pair. Sine of angle 137 over its matching side, which is 14. Now I want to solve for angle B. I want to find the measure of angle B. That's an angle, so that goes on top with sine. Its matching side is 6. Again, cross multiply. Please make sure, TI people, that your angle is in parentheses. I will do the sine of 137 times 6. When I do that, I get 4.09. My other diagonal was 14 times the sine of B, 14 sine B. Divide both sides by 14, because I'm trying to solve for B. So I have 4.09. Please note, I'm using the entire number here, and I'm just going to hit divide by 14. So I'm not rounding at all. I'm going to write 0.2923. And even though I'm rounding when I'm writing it down here, I'm going to make sure I use the whole thing when I use my calculator. So remember, anytime you solve for an angle, this is when you do inverse. So I'm going to hit second sine, go up and grab that entire decimal, and I can find that my angle is 16.99, and I'm okay if we round these to the nearest degree and we say the angle is 17 degrees. I will let you know, though, that there's oftentimes two answers when using law of sines for an angle. The supplement, which is 180 minus it, would also have the same sine value. So our angle technically could be 17 or 163 degrees, but let's be honest. Look over here. It's acute. It looks small, so it can't be this big one. And also, if we already used 137, we cannot have a 163 degree angle, because if I add those, I'm already bigger than 180. So when you inverse sine, always find both angles, the one your calculator gives you and the supplement, and cross off one if it doesn't seem like it makes sense. And that's your law of sines.